Hi everyone, it's time for a video of the week again, and as you can see, I've shaved, but I'll need to shave again because some stubble is appearing, because it's big news with a new job, and a new job in somewhere that if you have a beard, you wear a snood, and I don't like snoods, so I'm trying to do without the beard at the moment, to the great disappointment of some. But yeah, I think it was overdue. It's always a big step to change jobs, especially if you have a job that's generally good, and you have good bosses and you have a lot of positives. But it was time, and things were in place. It was just right. This means a few changes for the podcast. Dave has been with his back against the wall quite often lately, as we've often recorded on Friday nights. Those guys are over the other side of the pond. Craig and I are here, so we will record usually at about 11 p.m. at night and finish anywhere between midnight and 1 a.m. I think the latest has probably been 1:30. So as you can imagine, it can get a bit difficult to work with that schedule. What we'd like to do going forward is usually record on Friday nights if possible. That gives me an option because my night shifts don't include Fridays, and then my very early day shifts finish before the weekends. So that would be better for me. There may be an occasional time where I still can't join in, and all being well, I can add my voice notes as I did last week, and then Dave will have time to edit and do a cleanup. I know it sounds like nothing's done, but he does really good work for us. It is processed and worked on, and the episodes will be dropping on Sundays. I believe I said that before. I don't know when we will go to that full changeover, but the episodes will be dropping on Sundays. I didn't buy anything or watch too much this week. I enjoyed a nice mini breakaway. I was up at Eyemouth, which is a lovely little harbour town, walked along to St Abbs, which is famous for being a filming location for a couple of movies, and did a lot of walking, so that was very nice. And yeah, sometimes you just need those mini breaks, and we can't always schedule things to fit the podcast in, so we try and take turns and be available for one another. So I hope that you didn't mind my opinions being edited in there. And it was good that I got a heads up on Dave and Craig's picks for this week. Dave has gone with Better Off Dead, the 80s, I want to say 85 kind of teen comedy directed by Savage Steve Holland, starring John Cusack, Diane Franklin, Curtis Hanson, and some others there. So I think he's just in a Bratz kind of mood. Like he's been really just persuaded to watch some Brat Pack fare lately. And Craig has gone for Barbarian Queen, which is, well, it's something. There are two Barbarian Queen films, as far as I could see. And who knows, by the time we record the podcast this week, I may have managed to fit in some homework. I just don't know. Otherwise, I haven't been able to get some new films watched. I did end up, I watched the first three Beverly Hills Cop films because Axel Foley is dropping on Netflix soon. And you know what? Beverly Hills Cop holds up as a great action comedy. It's superb. Beverly Hills Cop 2 is a film that I've always really enjoyed, and I still enjoy it. It's obviously not as good as the first, but it's fun. Beverly Hills Cop 3 is a film that I don't think I'd rewatched since I first saw it and was disappointed by it. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's far from the lowest of Eddie Murphy's career film choices, but it's not great. It's weird though that the Beverly Hills Cop series has Martin Brest directing the first one, Tony Scott directed the second, and then John Landis in the third, which is obvious when you notice the cameos all around. And this fourth installment will be once again directed by someone else. So, yeah, quite interesting to see that it is about the main character, or the characters at the heart of it, and the directors can come along and try and do their thing around that, which is, you know, something that we've had, I would say, with the Mission Impossible movies, and arguably possibly in the Alien series. So it doesn't always get great results, but sometimes it really does. Mission Impossible series. So it will be interesting to see what happens with this next Beverly Hills Cop installment. But it is the case that making time for these rewatches, as I say, 3 was the only one I hadn't made time for before. So just going back to rewatch 1, 2, and 3 was, you know, I had more fun than expected because I'd also just managed to make time for them. I don't know if that sort of makes sense, but a lot of us as film fans are always trying to see the latest stuff, or we're catching up on things we've missed. And it can be far too difficult to set aside an afternoon or an evening where you think, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and either watch an old favourite or a couple of favourites, or go back to something I've seen but I've not seen for about 20-25 years. And that can be really good because the movie's on and you are relaxed because it isn't something you're desperately trying to fit in to keep up with the list of all the movies that are released and all the content that is released day in and day out nowadays. So that's nice. So I would say, if you can, set yourself aside a little time as and when to just enjoy some stuff that you either know you'll enjoy or you haven't watched for a long time. And yeah, it helps you relax. And if it's an old favourite you've not had time for in quite a few years, then it can also help you remember what you love about movies. I know I've gone about this before, about a love of movies and making sure you hold on to that feeling, but it is important. It's good if you want to keep up with the new releases and everything that people are talking about. There's so much out there, including some great TV as well nowadays. But it's also good if you give yourself time to just breathe, smile, and enjoy what you want to enjoy. Nothing to present, no new Blu-rays, no special box sets. No, I don't know how the timing of the videos will go week in, week out. That's another thing that could change. The face is different enough now. I prefer being kind of clean shaven on the chin area. My partner really doesn't prefer me this way. But we'll see. We'll go through these changes together. And hopefully it won't be long until I have some more posts through Letterboxd as well. And I have something to share in the next video. We shall wait and see. Anyway, bye for now. Take care.